Hello. Today is Laura's name day. Need to buy something and I already forgot the bags. Going back. What is a name day you can check out in this episode where I was talking about my name day, and it was November, a while ago. That's why I don't wanna I don't wanna spend the time for the explanation what is a name day. Just simply watch that video, that one. Everyone who's been in contact with me already know all these things. All I'm going to talk about is more for the people who never met me. This video is for those who's not really experienced in diving or just going to do diving. And the theme of today is dangers in diving. Basically what I'm going to talk about, what is that dangerous things in a diving, what usually professionals don't like to talk about, just to not make you scared and not to lose you from the diving. So I think it's actually a good idea to explain before you start that basically there is nothing really dangerous in diving. So next time you go for diving, you know, you don't have these questions about is there any sharks. I'm so scared about the sharks. I've been talking about the sharks already previously in some of this episode. It's really hard for me to remember which episode it was because there are so many of them already, but definitely I'm sure I've been talking about that. Actually, diving is relatively safe hobby, attraction, sports, whatever you call it, but it's relatively safe. The biggest dangers in diving comes only if you don't follow some usual routine. Definitely doesn't come from the fishes or creatures living underwater if you following some particular rules. For example, you are not feeding moray eel with the sausages and finally it just biting off one of your fingers because it also looks like a sausage. Or maybe you're taking a part in the shark feeding and something goes wrong. One of the sharks swims from the back and grabbing the hand or the tank. So that can be dangerous. Or maybe lionfish attack you. Like I always say, there are only 4 dangerous species of sharks. It's great white, it's bull shark, it's tiger shark, and it's scallop hammerhead shark. And no one of them are seen here in our aquatory, at least in the shallow depths. The only fish ever tried me to attack was a triggerfish. The first time I think it happened at some 15 years ago in Sudan when we swam across the sandy area where was the nest of the triggerfishes. But the only time they attack is a couple of times a year and only during the breeding time. Since I'm living in one place for a long time, it's never been the same time. You have to feel it when it starts happening, and that's it. As long you get away from their areas or their nest. When it's a breeding time, sometimes they're going nuts and sometimes they're getting into groups of 2 or 3 of them and they're attacking you from all the sides. But as long you swim away from that area, then it's okay. And as a solution is, if you have a torch, just switch it on, point at them, and they will never come close to you. They are kind of afraid of the light because it's absolutely unusual. More dangerous is not following routines, not checking your air, using wrong equipment for a particular dive. Like for example, you know the dive is deep and there can be also downgoing currents, but you're diving with a single tank, or you're going inside the wrecks with a single tank, pushing your limits. Let's say there is a rule to come out or return back when you have 70 bars left in your tank, but you still keep going because you found something interesting. The most problems happen when you start deviating from original plan. That's why create a plan, follow it, choose a right equipment for it, and you will be absolutely fine. And definitely don't worry about the fishes. After 15 years of diving and about 10,000 dives, I can tell you nothing ever happened because of the fishes. And remember, sharks, moray eels, triggerfish is always the smallest problem in a diving. The biggest problem is naglians. Alright, thank you very much for watching. That was Martin from beautiful Amed. Subscribe, follow, and see you tomorrow again. Bye. Waiting for the last guest. In a really small and really cozy company. It's Laura's name day today. The girls drinking punch. Punch, right? It is.
Sangria.
Sangria.
It's a sangria.
It's a
Homemade sangria.
Alright, cheers, Laura.
Cheers. Cheers.